Hey, Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here, and welcome to Civilization 6. Today we're going to be playing as the Kongo, and the goal isn't actually to win the game, it's to get somebody else to win the game using a religion victory. Deity difficulty, Pangea map, half of the normal amount of city-states, because I plan to activate the Barbarian Clans mode, and see if we can get some city-states to appear from that. We'll use my 3 favorite game modes on top of that as well: Secret Societies, Monopolies and Corporations, and Heroes and Legends. But beyond that, everything else is completely standard. Let's get cracking. Now this is a pretty respectable starting location, and the goal here is to basically try to get a religion in our cities from another player, and then use the free apostles from whenever we build an Mbanza, which is a unique neighborhood, or our theater squares, which we get extra great people points, so we're going to have a lot of great works. And I think my main strategy is going to be basically just trying to settle as many cities as possible so I can build as many theater squares and Mbanzas as possible. Kind of tempted to cross the river and settle on this tile, but my worry is that I have 2 food, 2 production tiles on this side of the river, but I don't know what I have across the river, so I think I may just settle in place. Let's open with a warrior, and we'll make our way towards foreign trade, because we want to get early empire as fast as possible to start settling as many cities as we can. In terms of tile improvements, I don't know actually. We have a lot of potential here. Picking up animal husbandry is always helpful because it leads to archers, but a really fast campus this game could be great. The problem is that my best campus location, which is right here, I need to be able to get rid of that rainforest, which means I'd have to go bronze working first, which kind of works out if I'm going for warrior first. So let's head towards mining and see if we can maybe get a really fast early campus. All right, let's grab this tribal village. Boom, a free relic. Holy crap. Okay. What the? That's absurd. Getting a relic this early as Kongo, that's insane. 2 food, 2 production, 4 gold, 4 faith, and 8 tourism. What is happening? We also need to think about getting heroes early, because heroic relics do count as relics for Kongo's abilities. And if you're not sure why I'm getting those benefits, it's because of the Kongo ability to Kisi, which gives you 2 food, 2 production, and 4 production from each relic, heroic relic, and artifact, and sculpture, as well as the usual abilities that you normally get from those things. So great works are super powerful for Kongo. We also have Nagaza-Garmu, and that's a big deal because it's going to speed up how quickly we produce our units. We'll get that +1 production towards the units from Nagaza-Garmu, and that also applies to settlers. All right, let's grab ourselves a settler now. We'll go super fast settler, and then I might go like double settler here. I'm not sure yet, but I'll probably squeeze out a hero at some point as well. We'll nab this tribal village. We found the Void Singers, and I'm kind of tempted to take the Void Singers this game because I don't really have a way to get faith as Kongo. Do I need faith is the question. You know, I think appointing the Void Singers is fine, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I might go like monument in my second, or as my second building in the city here. My second, not second city, but you know what I mean. We found a scout, so I'm assuming there's some sort of barb camp here to the north. We have mining. Let's get to work on bronze working. We want to get that encampment as soon as possible so we can start building up a relationship with Nagaza-Garmu, because that extra production there from the barracks will work out and helping us build settlers, especially if we can find more militaristic city-states. Ooh, we found a barbarian. This is Tiger Fang. Now I could spend 95 gold to hire a warrior, and I think I will do that, because the more military units I have, the better off I am. Now the question is this a good city-state to keep around? And that really depends on our settling pattern. And right now, I'm kind of looking at things about where and when I'm going to settle cities. And I think there's going to be some fairly close together cities happening in this area. The question is 1, 2, 3. Can I fit another city in this area without blocking this? And no, I think where I would like to settle is right here. And the unfortunate thing is that is in range of this barbarian encampment, so I probably won't let this promote up into a city-state. But we have a super fast pantheon here, to the point where we could actually go for religious settlements. And in all honesty, religious settlements is insane. Getting a free settler is so massive. I don't know about Fire Goddess. Earth Goddess maybe. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get that free settler, because that'll actually make a difference big time in our early game. It does mean that this settler is now further away, but that's not a big deal. Which of these cities do I settle first is the question, however. In terms of yields, this is honestly the best city because it has that 1 food, 3 production tile and pretty good wetlands that could, or floodplains that could potentially get floods for extra yield. So I think I'll settle this city over here first. Although I could settle, no, I think I settled there. Yeah, no, that's fine. I think it's fine. Code of laws is unlocked. Let's plug in discipline. We don't need God King, which is like amazing. Normally I would be picking up God King here at this point of the game to build up my pantheon, but I already have my pantheon, so that's a massive boon. Progress towards foreign trade for finding another continent. Is there another? Oh, there is another continent to the north. All right, that's really interesting, because if we could get a really good empire going up here, we could maybe plug in some of those colonial cards and do some cross-continent stuff. But there's Umbrella, and I think I just rushed the old god obelisk in here so that I can get a hero as fast as possible. There's a barb camp over here. Now, this actually has the potential to become a city-state, because it doesn't look like it's going to block me from settling much. And if I can save up just a little bit of gold, I'll be able to make friends with them. I have no idea. I'm getting so much gold from that relic. It's kind of insane, actually. But yeah, I think 1, 2, 3. I think I can safely settle over here if there's more coastline. No problem, even with this barb camp here. And I think I will settle to the north, actually, because the land up here looks very lush and high production. Otherwise, I think I'm tempted. Yeah, I think I grab the old god obelisks now because it's only 6 turns for 2 culture and 4 faith, which has a really, really high return on investment. The question is, do I like kill this barb camp or do I farm it for gold? That's an interesting question that I don't know the answer to yet. Like, is it better to just kill it now, take the pillage, unlock those guys, the vampire pact, or do I just like kind of sit on it for a while and keep extracting gold out of it? Well, I'm definitely going to start purchasing more warriors. And this is the great thing about the barbarian mode, is because if you get early gold, you are actually in a much, much better position to establish an early military without having to use production on it, because you could use just that little bit of gold. Oh, we found France. It's a pleasure to meet you, Eleanor. Let's go ahead and raid the clan now. We'll also send a delegation to Eleanor, and she actually managed to get a relic as well. Ooh, if I could get that relic off her, that would be amazing. And where exactly do I want to settle this city? I'm kind of tempted, 1, 2, 3, to maybe settle like off the coast, right by the cotton on this Plains Hill. Yeah, I think this Plains Hill is the place to settle. We have our old god obelisk, but I can't do hero things. Huh. Weird. Why can't I do heroic research? That's odd. I thought you could just do that if you had a monument. But we pillaged this barb camp, or rather we raided it, which means that new units will appear in it. So I think I can safely attack twice with both of these warriors and then level them up and then be able to kill this camp again and continue to farm it for gold. All right, let's kill here. Boom. This belongs to me now, and I'll be able to raid it again. And because I control it, nobody can take this tile from me. And I think 3 warriors surrounding this will be a good source of gold and a good use of this army, because they're also within range of my empire to defend me. Pop a city down right here in Kongo. Let's make sure we're working those high production and extra gold, actually. The extra gold in here is going to be huge because I'll be able to purchase more and more stuff off these guys. Let's continue to grab fast obelisks. Hello, Persia. It is a pleasure to meet you. There's foreign trade. We can start working on traders. Let's work on early empire. It's going to be one of the most important things that we pick up this game. Now, we could disperse this encampment for 10 experience, but I think I'm going to try to farm it for gold, because every 10 turns I can raid this and get 30 gold, or 30 gold. So it's like 3 gold per turn just to sit on a barbarian encampment. Oh, for God's sake. Another barb camp appeared right here. Although, that said, do I want to keep these guys and turn them into a city-state? They're kind of in a non-offensive location that isn't an amazing city anyway. So if I kept them, it's not the end of the world, because I can still settle down here. And this city isn't especially good. It's just a city. Whereas I could get another city-state right here. You know what? Because it landed on this pin, I'm going to try to hire units from them and make friends with them. Persia is denouncing me because I totally forgot to send him a delegation. I mean, it happens. Oops. All right, we'll kill them. There's bronze working. And I definitely want to get an encampment in my capital at some point. I feel like my goal this game is to try to turn my encampment into like a mega powerhouse. So that'll probably involve like getting a government plaza, maybe like here, government plaza, then like a diplomatic quarter. I could put an encampment on this tile. I think builders are going to be a big purchase for me soon because I need to start improving my tiles. Bronze working is done, so let's get to work on writing because I want that campus. Now the problem is, if I build a campus in here, that means I have to wait till the city has 10 population before I can build all these districts. So do I skip the campus or do I skip one of these things? I kind of want to build a super capital, so maybe I skip the encampment for a while. Is there anywhere I could get a farm triangle in here? Oh, actually there is. I could get a farm triangle here and that would be massive to help the city to grow. So maybe I delete this and I put the Diplo quarter here, and then the government plaza there, like this little snake formation. Then I could in this city do like an aqueduct with an industrial zone like so, up, and have this be a production center like this. Put a dam down. Although that does kind of ruin any farm triangle stuff I wanted to do in here if I do this formation. But it gives me one hell of an industrial zone. All right, we got the old god obelisk in Mambwila. Still can't do discovering of a hero. I'm a little bit confused by that. Can I not just get heroes? Like, what's going on? Now, Mambwila, I think, is a city that could use a builder. I could also use a trader. I also need to get like 1 or 2 scouts to actually explore beyond my borders because I'd like to meet more city-states. Let's raid this barb camp again for yet more gold. Pottery and a new spearman appears. So we'll begin the clearing of that barb camp. I'll be able to clear it next turn. Bye-bye, scout. He's been cleaned up. We'll bring this settler down southwest. Looks like there might be a little bit of loyalty pressure from another player over here to the west. I'd like to grab that T if I could. But settling a little bit far out here, it might block and mess with the city-state I want to get here. Yeah, I think I just skipped the encampment in my capital as much as I wanted it to try to maximize how much production I'm getting towards the units in my capital and make a super capital. I think I might just go with a scientific super capital. Now, I could continue to produce settlers, but I think I'm going to get to work on a trader early here, or I could get a couple of builders. I don't know. I think I could squeeze out 2 builders here before I need to actually build my campus, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Hello, Ottomans. It is a pleasure to meet you also. We have early empire, but I'm not building settlers right now, so I don't think I need to do that. One more turn until I can hire another warrior from there and try to boost this up. Let's clear out this barb camp. Yoink. It belongs to me and I'll be able to raid it again. These guys, another 7 turns until I can buy a warrior from them. This is just great. I have a massive military for this stage of the game off of this barbarian mode, purely off of the back of picking up a little bit of early gold. That actually changes my priorities in the early game a lot. But we'll grab Magnus, we'll appoint him in the capital because we want to do a little bit of chopping in here. You can see there's a few tiles where I think chopping makes sense. Tribal village, and we found Mulan. Now that is a big pickup. We're going to be getting to work on Mulan and Mambwila because you want those heroic relics as soon as possible. I think I may sit on those heroes though. I might not delete them early. Although deleting them early would give me the benefit of their relics really early. I'm a little bit worried about the military situation here because a lot of people have a lot more science than me and a lot more military score. Oh, we found some kind of natural wonder. I can't tell what it is. I mean, the palm trees say maybe it's Piatiti, or I never know how to say that. Yeah, Piatiti. 3 gold, 2 culture to adjacent tiles, and I believe the city that owns the tile received +4 gold on its outgoing international trade route. So definitely some kind of trade hub, perhaps, to be built up here to the north. This is actually nerfed in the latest patch, if I remember correctly. So now that we've actually discovered a hero, we can do heroic tales. Let's get ourselves another scout. I need to know more about the world. We'll also hire a warrior from this tribe, and we'll use that as a way to just kind of scout these guys out. We're trying to develop these guys at the city-states. And so we just want to have good vision of them. So now that my capital is going to be into tall production mode, where it's just trying to build up as tall as it can go, I'm going to have to rely on my other cities as a source of extra settlers. So I'll need to like wrap up my production in those cities pretty quick. But we got a bit of era score from getting Mulan, and the great thing about Milan is she's actually a really good scout. I think I'm going to scout out a little bit to the south. I'd like to know more about what's going on down here. Like, is there another continent? Is it tundra down there? Is there another player to my south? Because I have pretty good, like, local scouting. I know a good bit of information about my local area, but I really don't know much about the wider world. So my goal in these later cities is to try to actually develop them into something. So Mbanza is never going to have good production because it's a flatland city, which means we want to prioritize growth in here. The more population this city has, the more production it'll have, since this city just really doesn't scale off of builders. So granary makes sense. I'm waiting one more turn in here before I chop this rainforest for the campus. Cool. And I'm hoping another player goes for a religion here to bring it to me so I can actually try to win the game. Cool. Urban planning. I think I keep urban planning plugged in. So now we can chop to finish this builder and grow the city. Place the campus. It's a +3 campus. Delete the pin. 5 turns away. I can chop that forest and start rerouting farms in here. Now that we have riding, we should start thinking about our next steps. I feel like a lot of our tech is going to be focused around defensive stuff. So maybe ancient walls would be good. Do I have a quarry somewhere that I could get improved? I really want to get these luxury resources online. So maybe picking up irrigation up here is the right move. Kill the scout. We want this to develop into a city state. We can buy again in 2 turns. Ooh, I could bribe them to stop attacking me for 20 turns. But that's a lot of gold that I could just instead spend on buying warriors and then just park nearby and keep the barb camp from like causing aggression on me anyway. So I think buying units is just more effective. It's slower, but it's like more cost efficient. Oh, there's another city state up here. Does this mess with any cities I want to settle? Because I could develop this into a city state as well. I don't think it really messes with anything I want to do. So it might be totally fine to just have this city be up here. 1, 2, 3. So it would block me from settling anywhere here. And I was kind of hoping to settle on that tile, but I can compromise and settle there. And if I settle there, then filling in the gap between these 2 cities is relatively straightforward actually. So yeah, I'm gonna start buying units off these guys. Oh my god, 286 gold for a quadrireme. I actually really want a quadrireme, so I may save up for that. All right, chop the woods, finish the campus, cool. Let's put a mine there, excellent. Mulan hasn't discovered much down here, except for, like I kind of maybe thought, is that there was another continent and some tundra down here. And you can kind of tell where continents will be, typically, by looking at mountain ranges. So you can kind of see that this mountain range was like long, which usually tells you it's the border of a continent. You can kind of see the same thing going on up here. You have these kind of long streaks of mountains. This could have been the edge of a mountain range too. But yeah, if you see these like long streaks of mountains, it could be a pretty good indicator that there is there's a continent border there, which is, you know, sometimes how I look like I'm a little bit clairvoyant. All right, we got some flooding. We've been attacked by barbarians, and we also finished our campus for 3 era score, as well as an insane amount of science. This campus is going to be super helpful, actually. Let's go ahead and retreat. You need to heal up, but I can hire a warrior from you, 10 turns on you. I do need more gold. That's definitely something that needs to happen, is I need more gold. And I also need to do a little bit more scouting. But thankfully I have my 2 scouts finished. I'm going to send one to the west and then one east so we can learn more about the world. And also, it looks like I have a pretty isolated start here. I don't have a huge amount of people cramming on top of me for position. So I think that's pretty good, actually. Question is, do I build the library for the extra 2 science per turn? Or do I get another builder or perhaps even a trader in my capital? I kind of like the idea of the extra builder because I could continue to chop in here and just have my capital be a mega city. So let's go ahead and get that extra builder out. Scout finished in Mbuila. This city's never really going to grow much, but it does have good tiles. So a builder in here would make sense because if I could get like a string of 3 mines here. I also need to be careful about chopping too much outside of my capital. I'm okay with chopping inside my capital. Because it's like designed to be a powerhouse, but maybe chopping outside of my capital is a mistake, except maybe the occasional like forest hill. But I definitely want to have room for Mbuilas later. So it's something I need to be really, really conscious about. One problem I'm going to run into with Mbuila is that I need to produce settlers, but I don't have the settler card plugged in. So maybe I just get a trader in here and use that to generate gold by trading with Nagazagarmu. Let's raid this clan once again for 30 gold. Mulan, doing hard work down here. Oh, we finally found Eleanor's borders. Nice. I don't know how my unit got teleported over to this absolutely wild position. Excuse me, I was on top of this, and now I'm like over here. That's unacceptable. If this gets killed, if my farm camp gets killed, I'm gonna be super mad. All right, let's shop first of all to finish that builder, but second of all to also force the city to grow. I'm gonna get a granary in here, because this city needs housing, and I'm going to start producing farms as well, because that'll boost irrigation, which I can use to improve these cocoa and cotton resources. I need to get the city up to 10 population to build all the districts I want in it. So that's going to be, it's going to be a lot of work. We have state workforce, so we can get to work on the government plaza. I will place the government plaza. Actually, let's make sure we place that in the right place, because I want to put it here, like so. But I will finish the granary first, and we'll also go for the farm here, and that'll give the city +1 housing, which will allow it to grow just that little bit easier. Ooh, we found another city state. It's Akkad. Hello, Akkad. You want me to trigger an inspiration for military tradition? Well, you know what? If I'm careful, I may be able to snag this barb camp and then, trigger military inspiration by dispersing a barb camp. But let's get to work on political philosophy. I thought I would have met more city states by now. And in terms of governor titles, man, I have to really think about this one. I kind of like the idea of picking up Victor, because I don't really need any other governors. Although then again, if I appoint Liang and then just pick a city that I spam builders out of, but seems like it has its own value. So maybe Mbuila? I use a builder spam city, although Kongo is kind of better positioned to be a builder spam city. Nagazagarmu killed... The teleporting my units so far away was kind of BS. And I feel kind of hard done by. But we have the granary in our capital and we just chopped for it. Which means we should be able to get to 24 population relatively quickly. Especially if we can, sort of decide upon which of these tiles that we work for the most production and stuff. But yeah, let's get the government plaza going. I'm really upset about that I lost my farm camp. I was having so much fun farming things from it. And it's just, it's just not an option anymore. Let's talk open borders with Eleanor. Kaboom, mutual open borders. Anything else you want? How much would you will not sell your relic. Okay. I respect that because I also wouldn't sell my relic. Oh my god, Paris is down in the tundra. It's like an unfortunate start location for her. Especially because her neighbor is Persia. That could end up working out real bad for her. We got political philosophy, and also, importantly, Mbanza Nasundi had a flood in here, which means that the tiles in here are way better, which means it's going to grow much easier. And if a city grows much easier, typically, it'll produce a little bit easier too. All right, let's buy this tile. We want to force the city up to 7 pop if we can. Perfect. City should now hit 7 population in 8 turns. And we also finished the government plaza, so we could pick up another builder and continue to try to develop this city. Yeah, I feel like free inquiry here is like the best way to generate era score. Era score for every Eureka, and whenever we build a building with science yield. So that's at least 1 era score from the campus. Plus we're going to get an era score from building a trader to get currency up. Alright, Nagazagarmu dispersed that barb camp against my will. I may actually try to set up like a blockade around this barb camp to keep any other players from clearing it. Hello, Germany. It's an honor to meet you. We'd love to sample your hospitals. So Germany's over here as well. Oh my god, France is just boxed in with Germany and Persia. Now those are words I never thought I would say playing a video game. Unless I'm playing like some wacky version of Europa Universalis 4. Oh my god, and Byzantium. Oh, we are playing EU4. Hello, Byzantium. They're all the way over here to the northeast. I think I'd like to have a positive relationship with Byzantium. So I'll see if he'll actually give me open borders, and then also we'll send him a delegation and see if we can't get this guy to be friendly, because problem is we have a rival secret society, which is going to make things a little bit different. Now Germany, easy friendship, easy, although he's at war with Catherine, which makes my relationship with Catherine harder. Although I don't really care who I have a relationship with, until I get a religion. Because once I have a religion, the first person to convert one of my cities to their religion, that's my ride or die. I'm with them to the end. That's basically how I'm going to be playing this game. Please, no, don't pillage that. No, not my government plaza. Please, no. Now I have a choice here. I could trade with my capital for 3 food, 2 production, or I could put this into my capital and pick up a good amount of gold for trading with Nagasagarmu. And considering how valuable gold has been for me this game, in being able to basically purchase a military that rivals some of the AI from barbarians, I think I'm just going to sit on that gold. Now, Mbuila, as a city, this to me looks like a settler spam city. There's not really a huge amount, like Petra isn't super amazing in here. There is a good Petra city down here, but I think this is going to be a settler spam city. Its own infrastructure doesn't really matter that much. Trade route with Nagasagarmu gives me boost for currency, which is also era score. Excellent. And we're not too far off currency itself, and a couple of extra trade routes this game will be helpful. Somebody has built Stonehenge, that's good. It was actually Cyrus, so he's going to have a religion soon. Religion moment. Roads have been upgraded, which is neat. I think that means they have bridges now. As much as I love barbarian encampments to develop here, I think I'm going to disperse the clan so that I can get the boost for military tradition, which will give me the envoy with Akkad. Political philosophy is done. I think we definitely want to pick up drama and poetry this game. It's kind of a core part of our build. We want to be getting those theater squares up in the not too distant future. Let's plug in our new government, and I think we're going to go for autocracy here so that we can have a bit of fun with the +1 to all yields for each government plaza building, diplomatic quarter building, and palace in a city, because we have the government plaza at our capital, we have the palace in here, and we're going to go for the diplomatic quarter. So if we go for the trifecta, it just seems like a lot of fun to me. Even though objectively, Classical Republic is probably better here, I'm going to go for autocracy because it's more fun. I'd love to plug in colonization and urban planning and something else, but I may have to settle for colonization and urban planning and then eventually colonization and Ilcom or something like that. But colonization right now just represents so much production that it's hard to turn down. And I'll also put in charismatic leader here. Currency's unlocked, so we can start building industries if we wanted. Let's kill you, step up here. We also got our builder in Kongo. Let's improve the cotton. First of all, the extra gold is really nice, and I can also sell that to somebody who has good... I don't know about you guys, but can anyone else confirm for me, Germany never has gold in my games. They're always dirt poor. But we could get 6 gold off the Ottomans for our cotton, 11 gold off of Byzantium. So I'm going to take the 11 gold per turn, because that is just massive. And let's continue to buy more warriors. We're trying to give this city-state the boost that it needs up to, or well, I'm already calling it it's a barb camp, but it's a city state in my heart. All right, cool. So we have currency. Let's get to work on mathematics. Now, do I go Ancestral Hall, Audience Chamber, or Warlord's Throne this game? So the argument for Audience Chamber is I'm playing the Congo. We have really big cities, and so the extra amenities is really, really helpful. The counter argument is I'm playing the Congo and I don't need Audience Chamber to get really big cities. And so instead, because I have a massive amount of room, I should go for Ancestral Hall so I can spam settlers out. The counter argument is I'm trying to come second place in a religion game. So going for Warlord's Throne would make my life easier because I could just eliminate all the players who aren't Persia or whoever spreads their religion to me, for example, and then like convert all of my cities to their religion and let them auto win. I think the most fun version of that game is actually the Ancestral Hall version, where we just try to settle as many cities as possible. I will be able to get a chocolate industry this game, a cocoa industry rather, and I'll need to improve this cocoa up here, but I may put the industry over here in my capital, and I think I will. So I'm going to harvest here. That'll boost the city to 7 population. I think I'm going to build the encampment so I can get the 3 different specialty district boosts for mathematics. Then, and in fact, actually, if I were to put the encampment here, it would give this campus +4 adjacency, which is +1 science. And it uses up a tile that I don't really care about. That doesn't mess with my other adjacencies. So maybe the encampment goes here. And I finished the encampment before I finish Ancestral Hall. I'll want to buy the barracks in here, I think, to try to get more housing. Then I prioritize improving this cocoa and then getting an industry on this cocoa to help the city continue to grow. Because if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure the monopolies for cocoa is, in fact, yeah, it's growth and housing. So that's superb. That works perfectly with my current big mega capital city plan. I am starting to feel like Civ 6 is becoming a bit of an unwieldy game. Like there's a lot of information going on that you have to try to keep track of. And it's not always possible to fully be grasping everything that's going on. I think I'm going to appoint a Mani here because I'd like to maybe make friends with Nagasagarmu or something. So I'm going to pop her into Nagasagarmu. That way I can get suzerainty of them, have the ability to levy their army and stuff like that. Nagasagarmu.
I've come to bargain.
Let's build the plantation here. Oh, lovely. There is Granada. Nice to meet you, Granada. That's 3 militaristic city-states. So I think the barracks play is actually going to work out really nicely because when I do eventually start spamming settlers out of this city, I'll be getting plus like 2, 4, 6 production from militaristic city-states because I'll be having a barracks, a consulate, and it's my capital city, right? Is that how that works? Yeah, consulate. Once I get these up to, yeah, this is gonna be tasty as hell. Actually, I'm gonna be stonking out settlers here. I just wanted the barracks for the +1 housing because the +1 housing in your capital, plus the ability to make like military engineers because I'm turning this into like a mega city that like improves other cities and builds settlers and stuff. And I was like, yeah, barracks makes sense because it's a really good source of early housing alongside a granary, a farm. Like a granary, a farm, and a barracks in your capital can get it up to 10 population. And something like this, the cocoa is just icing on top, really. I found Beowulf as well as Signy. We also found that Germany's in like a mega war with Persia. I'm kind of tempted to declare war on Persia and disrupt their units. Problem is that I actually have a border with Persia, so I kind of wish I could act as a mercenary. God, that would be fun. Imagine if I could like contract my units out to France for like a low price as mercenaries, and then like I still control them, but I'm fighting in their war. That would be such a cool mechanic. I would love if that was in the game. We got the granary in Ambanza-Nasundi. This city is nothing without growth, so that's great. What the hell do I do with this city's production though? This may also just be a settler spam city, like a crappy settler spam city that does nothing but get me out like a quick settler to make up for the fact that it sucks as a city. Yeah, I think that's what we do here. Plus, we're a little bit behind on settling. We should have another 2 settlers by this stage of the game. But I decided to stop off to build up a little bit of infrastructure in my capital. And I'm trying to efficiently make my way to my sort of my doom spiral moment where I completely take out enemy players. Oh man, 3 food, 3 production, 4 gold on that tile. That is delicious. Not only that, but it gave me the housing I needed. So in hindsight, if I had remembered this a little bit earlier, maybe I didn't need the encampment. But the encampment also works out because we see a good few militaristic city-states that are gonna boost our production once we have the barracks up. And actually, weirdly enough, Granada wants to boost for mathematics, so building the encampment here, the campus, the government plaza, and the encampment all mean that I'll have 1 envoy in each of these guys. They just want a great general too, so we'll have to work through a few different things. Oh no, am I getting the infinite end turn thing? Oh no, I'm gonna have to reload. No, I was having so much fun. Anyway, you know what? That's a good time to stop the episode. I love you all very much. I hope you guys are enjoying this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.